As you well know, Mayor, we give out a lot of proclamations to kings and potentates. We give out very few days in the city. And I probably asked you today, we need to give out one today. It'll be good for the whole month or maybe the whole year, because this proclamation is a fun proclamation. It's a special day, I think. If we gave out awards for a family that would win the Mother Teresa Award, it would be the McIngvale family. Last time I saw Jim McIngvale, he was in the White House. He was at the Oval Office, and he said, "Solid wood, Mr. President, but it's not from America." He knew his history. That was British pine. It was not from America, but he's making sure that we buy furniture from America. Jim Mattress Mack, McIngvale, went to Bishop Lynch High School in Dallas, and he still contributes and helps them. But the Dominican brothers there and the Sisters of Charity at my school, they had a cure for ADD, because McIngvale and I were very active young adolescents, and that cure from my sister Adeline and the Dominican brothers were, we're not going to do that anymore, are we? They'd bruise that arm, we'd go home, and my dad would bruise the other arm. So you don't need pills for ADD. This guy was on 2 national championship teams at University of Texas. He had to be faster than White Lightning to be on the University of Texas Longhorns national championship team. Just to make the team was an honor back then. And I remember in those years, some of those Galveston County players would come to my dad's office, and they were 6'8", 230, and so we know that Jim was definitely a fast runner. Now, the key to his success, I think, his wife, Linda, he grabbed a few $1,000s and said, "Linda, we're going to Houston to be a success." And she said, sure. We're going to sell furniture out of pup tents on the freeway. Well, she was the biggest supporter, and to this day, they say that she actually runs the place, that this is the salesman, and she runs the place. He's got a son that is James. He's a social media giant and has worked that. And I'm talking about giant, similar to the social media guy that helped Obama get elected because social media was great in vote getting, but his son is in that caliber. He's also in the caliber of the Russians electing Trump, too. So his daughter, Laura, has a restaurant, Vince Young Restaurant in Austin, and she has also been trained to give all the time back to the community. His daughter, I think Elizabeth, will be here soon, but that is Dr. Elizabeth McIlvaine, and you ought to watch her lectures on TV sponsored by Gallery Furniture. But if you don't believe me when I say we take too many pills in this country, she lectures on getting to the cause of mental illness, incorporating exercise, proper diet, proper sleep, and cognitive behavioral therapy. If you ever get to meet her, she's exceptional, but she's a chip off the old block here. I'm not going over the whereases because there's some special stories here that I personally know of. Not only at Christmas time, he picks 30 families, the most neediest families in the city, and fills their house with new furniture. There was a 100-year-old church here, African-American Catholic church. Their air conditioners were stolen. And the third day, I said, I've got to buy one of their air conditioners for them. I got down there. The third day, Mattress Mack had bought all 4 air conditioners for the church. Habitat for Humanity, one of the greatest organizations going. They build the houses, and one of the local stations built a house. Well, you got to have furniture. He filled their house with furniture. He's a lover of the firefighters, police, Astros, Rockets, and truly loves the city of Houston. One of his quotes, "We all have a responsibility for the good of others." Then there was Harvey. With a few feet of water in his house, what does he do? Goes to Gallery Furniture, opens the doors. He doesn't say, "Will that child spill his milk on my bed? Will the watermark appear on the piece of furniture? Will the dog slip in and cause trouble? I'll have used for, I can't work." He didn't worry about that. He says, "Come into my big house. You don't have a home. Stay at Gallery Furniture." Fed 20,000 meals. Then it's one of the family's personal witticisms. I like this because he squirms every time you compliment him. And I like people like that just don't puff out their chest and say, "Yeah, I did that." But I like to see him squirm. One of his other witticisms, "Without our struggles, there would be no strength." And that is why we are Houston strong. On Thanksgiving and Christmas after Harvey, he created traffic jams on I-45. Thank you, Mattress Mack. Parker, Tidwell, coming both ways. I was stuck in that traffic. Thousands of meals served to the needy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor, will you make this a special day for our friend, Jim McIngvale?
Thank you, Councilman Christie. And so with all of that being said, and so much more that could be said, therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proudly proclaim March 27, 2018 as Jim McIngvale Day in the City of Houston. Congratulations, Mattress Mack.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Mayor, for this wonderful day. Thanks. The reason Gallery Furniture and myself and my wife and my children have been successful is real simple. We are in Houston, Texas, the world's greatest city. We're thrilled to be here. We thank you, Mayor. We thank you, Councilman Christie, and all the council members, and all the firemen, policemen, EMTs who do such a wonderful job in our city. We are proud to live in this city, the greatest city on earth as far as I'm concerned, and we owe back every day all of our success to the City of Houston. And this coming Sunday, Easter Sunday, we are closed, so we're going to have another Unity and Community free meal for anybody who wants to come out to Gallery Furniture. We'll have free lunch from 11 to 3 on Easter Sunday. And once again, I love the saying, the people of the city, that we have the greatest people in the world in Houston, and thanks for having us as part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wait a minute. 1 second, Mayor, we have several people that would like to. And Mattress Mack, I'm just curious, do you have some family or friends here with you today?
No, they're all at work.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that they weren't able to join you, but I'm glad they've got the doors open so you can give out all those lunches on Sunday, right?
That's right, and my daughter is a social worker, and she does counseling at the Baylor College of Medicine. She's doing more important work than just hawking mattresses.
No question about that, because I've heard her speak, and she's really spectacular. We do have several council members that would like to address you. Councilmember Boykins?
Thank you. Mattress, thank you so much. Jim, you've done so much for our city for so long. When we had the hurricane, I was talking to the mayor about, he didn't sleep at night. He was up day and night about the people in the community that was doing the same thing. And we just talked about your commitment to making certain the people in the city was doing well. So I look at it as you, the mayor, Ed Emmett, all stepped up to make certain that people who were hurting received what they needed. Councilmember Jack Christie, thank you, man. This is good. This is a real good one. And you're right, we do a lot of good ones. But, I just look at people who do things because it's the right thing to do, and you're one of those guys. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Kubash?
Thank you very much. It's always good to see you. I remember bringing my mom in to pick out a couch, and she was so excited to meet you. And you were always so pleasant. You never acted like you were too much of a hurry to talk to my mom, and I want to thank you for that. She's going to be with the Lord, but she was a big fan of Mattress Mack. So was my dad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. How you doing, sir?
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
And thank you for all the work that you're doing in the city of Houston, but more importantly, contributions you've made in the West Side community. When you all stuck it out, kept the tennis center over in the West Side area amongst all the apartment complexes, and you said, I'm not going to move. I'm going to make sure that this area is nice and have a place for everyone. Thank you for the contributions you've made to making it better, helping those kids in those elementary schools to have a quality of life that that we all dream of. And so, we just want to say thanks for all the work that you've done, and it's true symbiotic relationship between your customers and the way you give back to the community.
Thank you, sir.
I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Knox?
Thank you. Jim, I have to say, I remember when you first came into town and we started seeing these crazy, crazy commercials. And you were standing there saying, we really will save you money. And I love that. And I thought it was the wackiest commercial I've ever seen. But what I discovered since then is you like to speak from the heart. You speak directly to the issue. And it's because of that, I think, that you've been so successful in your straightforwardness in the way that you just say it like it is and mean what you say and say what you mean. I think that's an example for all of us. And I want you to know that you are among my not my mentors, but my persons that I look up to greatly. And thank you for all you've done and all you're going to continue to do for us here in Houston.
Thank you. When I started here, I had dark hair.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Thank you. You finished, Councilman? Yeah. Councilmember Cisneros?
I just wanted to add my gratitude and thanks to you. I know we're here technically honoring you for your contributions during Hurricane Harvey, but you've been there for the community long before that. It's just one more notch on the on the timeline of your service. And I remember years ago, when I really first learned about your generosity was you were providing furniture to schools, to the teachers' lounges, and a lot of times those are places that are full of leftover furniture and not really very nice, and it was so nice that you were doing that for schools. So I know that's your passion for public service and how very generous you are to the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee?
Mattress Mack, thank you very much. The one thing I remember about you as a boy was you're full of energy, always jumping up and down. We will save you money. Get your delivery tonight. The one thing that I know that you did during Hurricane Harvey is you did deliver for us, Houstonian. We're very proud that you're part of our city. We're proud that you're always giving back to your community. Thank you for all that you've done, and continue the energy level. I love seeing you jumping up and down even now.
I don't jump very high now.
Me neither.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Laster?
Thank you, Mr. McIngvale. I think there's a scripture, something to the effect of that you've been blessed to be a blessing. There's no doubt that you have been blessed, and there's no doubt that you and your family and your whole organization have been a blessing to this community, and I want to thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilmember. And Councilmember Stardick?
Thank you. As a West Side girl, I really appreciate everything you've done. I know as a former board member of the Chamber, Houston West Chamber of Commerce, and all the things you've done on the West Side with crime prevention, all the things that you've done during the hurricane, for the rodeo. I mean, I know there's a long list. But in addition, for the daughters that you've raised and the message that your daughter continues to share, I think we just have such a crisis and lack of care for those that need attention. So I really appreciate that as well, and that's because of you and the things that you do for your family. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Yes, and I also, again, you, I.W. Marks, Mr. Norman, made the Coliseum possible with the wrestling back in the day. Where as a little boy, I appreciate you.
And the junkyard dog.
There we go.
Thank you so very much. I just have one question. What baseball team do you support?
The one that plays right across the street there.
I had a hint based on your
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
2018 World Champion Houston Astros.
There you go. Thank you again.